Alright guys, before we get into the video, let's talk about futtrading.co.uk. Every single method you see in my videos can be found over on the website with buying and selling prices for almost every single card on the game. £10 a month gets you access to tier 1 buying prices. That's icons, special cards, silvers and Thursday flips. For £15 a month, you get access to tier 2. That gives you live filters, gold chem styles, UCL cards, and our amazing area of fluctuations where the market is continually monitored for highs and lows. You guys are then notified when to buy low and buy and sell high, basically. A really easy way to make coins. We've recently introduced a tier 3 thanks to you guys asking for us to develop a bot. Basically, we came up with a program and what it does is it pings you every single minute pretty much. I think it's every 3 minutes. You will get pings telling you when cards are low and what to sell those cards for. I'm going to show you an example of that now. I'll be right back. Alright guys, and this is the area of the Discord for tier 3 users. As you can see, it is pinging you guys with the current price of these cards and the live target sell price. You have to cross-reference that with what the sell price has been recently and use some of your own market knowledge, but this runs 24 hours a day to make sure you guys are getting continual deals that you can keep making coins from. The legitimate way, a new ping's just come up right there for new cards that you can go out right now, buy and sell. So check it out, get involved, futtrading.co.uk, but for now, let's get into the video. Yo, what is up guys? Welcome back to a new video with me, Fuzzball40. As always, if you're new around here, make sure you subscribe down below and make sure your notifications are turned on so you never miss an upload. But this is a brand new episode of Trading to R9 Moments. Basically, throughout this series, I'm just doing trading on this account and making coins and showing you guys the progress as and when we go. We're not at 1.8 million once everything sells. I'll show you that in a second. But don't forget to check out the brand new Road to Glory we started. That is the morning video uploaded every day at 8:15. We started it 4 days ago and we're already nearly at 1 million coins on that account with players already in the team. The aim is to buy ourselves a moment striker for a weekend league along with Mason Mount. We've got our rival awards coming. We've just done on stream the one set of the advanced SPCs, which are pretty cool. We did well on that, very, very well. But like I say, we're nearly at 1 million coins after just 4 days of trading and grinding on that account. And League SPC grind has started on that account too. But with this account at the moment, we're up and nearly at, I think, not far from 4.5 million coins. We've got all this stuff sold here and then loads more being sold as we speak on the transfer pile. And it's good. But what we want to try and do now over the next 24 hours is to try and get a lot of this stuff sold up. Because last week with the TOTS, the community TOTS, basically what happens every year with TOTS happened. And that is that TOTS are cheapest during Div Rivals and Weekend League Awards of the week they come out. So the Thursday, that, for example, tomorrow, the Premier League TOTS should be at their lowest. Everyone's packing them, everyone's getting red picks of them, and so loads come on the market and they dip heavily. There's a lot of coins to be made. In the meantime, my advice to you guys is the same advice I've been giving you for most of the week, and that is essentially looking at things like simplistic content like silver flipping, UCL flipping, all that sort of stuff is important. We're probably going to get UCL marquee matchups tonight or some form of UCL content. That does really well. But I want to show you what the TOTS cards did last week. So you've got a rough idea of where to put your coins and how many coins you can make in that sense. But that's why it's so important for this account to get back to liquid as much as we possibly can do, because there's a huge amount of coins to be made from the TOTS tomorrow with the trading on that. One thing I should say to you guys is the 10, 20, 30 method right now for special cards is incredibly powerful. The market is so up and down at the moment that when you're looking at these cards here, if there's basically a few K gap between the cards, it's relatively easy to cross-reference them on Futbin. So 10, 20, 30 up to the end. We'll have a little look and see what's available at the moment. So there's Kessie at 85, for example. There's a 91 there. This card's already got quite a chunky undercut in it. That's a good buy. So when I buy that Kessie, I'll get 95 for that card relatively easily. He's already got a 6k undercut on him. If you look, someone's bidding there at 87. There's an 87 there. And then outside of that, there's nothing really below 90. You'll get smaller ones like 88 there. But the market is so up and down right now. This is a low for Kessie. And if I go to Kessie now on Futbin, I'll have a little look and see what he's been selling for over the last week or so. Let me get Kessie up. This card's a beast, by the way. This card's incredible. Last month. So let me show you this now. So this is his graph at the moment, and he's down, right? 94 yesterday on Xbox. He's hitting, they're hitting lows. This keeps happening with a lot of the cards. They come down like really heavily into Wednesdays and Thursdays, and then genuinely they bounce back so strongly at different times. So again, he's up there at 90s. Yesterday, 97 at his highs, 101. Down as low as 87, which is what I'm saying to you right now. 85 is a low for him. 92, 89. Monday, Again, 103k, down at 96, back up to 103, then a dip again. Genuinely right now, the market is so up and down, and it's so easy to make coins on. And if you just do what I just did there, I know Kessie's a good deal because I bought one yesterday and sold him. But if you genuinely just have a little look at the graphs on Futbin, it is so easy to make coins with special cards. Even this Navas, a 40k on this Navas isn't a bad deal. Again, he's got a shadow on him. Is he gone already? There he is. Is he still there? Cool, we'll buy him. I get 47k for him relatively easily. It won't be hard to get that for him. I'm saying go liquid and then I can't help but buy cards. But that's 5k for well, from the 2 cards there. 12k for what was maybe 10 seconds work. The 10, 20, 30 filter right now is incredible. All you've got to do is cross-reference from Futbin and see what they've been selling for in the last 24, 48 hours and look at the fluctuations on the graphs. It's that easy. Again, if you're a website subscriber, it's all done for you. But let's head over to Futbin. I'm going to show you what happened last week with the TOTS. So you've got the sort of knowledge you need. And I'm going to explain the anomalies and why some cards spiked higher than others. I'll be right back. Alright guys, so here on Futbin. This is last week's community TOTS team. And some of the prices of some of this stuff is ridiculous. You've got Wabasaka up at 759 now. Alaba at 795. Some of these cards are spiked like crazy. Barnes and Dombele's gone up from where he was. Now, the Premier League ones, I'll start off by showing you Federico Valverde. He's 825 at the moment. He basically, last Thursday, got down to 901. And his high was oh, that's his PlayStation, by the way. 901 up to 998. So you're looking at about, give or take, 50k profit a card on him. Thursday, 787 on Xbox, up to 851. Again, you're looking at, give or take, about 30k profit on him, depending on where you bought him at. And so the lowest point for these cards was pretty much the Thursday. There were certain points that were slightly lower, like the seller for Weekend League, but Thursday's always a good place to buy these cards. But the Premier League one specifically did very, very well, and it's obvious why the Premier League TOTS coming out. And I think because the Premier League TOTS was so low rated, everyone assumed the community would be a lot lower rated, and they weren't. So a lot of these guys here were sold off because people were like, oh, a left wing might come out that's ridiculously more powerful than Harvey Barnes. And we did get Rashford and Son, but Barnes sort of matches them up, so he sort of came up to match closer to their price, although he's not anywhere near them. This card's brilliant, by the way. But yeah, as low as like 490 on each console before getting up to like 690 on both consoles. 200k rise on him was absolutely mental. Wan-Bissaka, again, he sort of came down and then sort of slowly rose throughout the week, but again, a safe buy point was still the Thursday because he got up to 7.7. 7 on PlayStation, 6.62 on Xbox, and now he's up at 7.59 on Xbox. It's absolutely ridiculous how high he's got. Alaba, again, low on the Thursday, 6.79 on Xbox, up to 7.86. 7.85 on PlayStation, up to 9.20. Nicolas Tagliafico, again, low on the Thursday, 119.137, and then 148.174 before dropping off this week. And I actually quite like the drop off in some of these cards this week because I think they've got some climb again in them for Weekend League. So these cards, just because they've come down from there, don't make them bad buys. You know that last week he had a buy, it was a 119. He got up that high. There's no reason why he shouldn't do very similar this week. I'm not saying he's definitely going to. I'm just saying look at the price of these cards because tonight, tomorrow, I think we see some lows on these and you can buy into them relatively easily. Nordi Mukiele, again, last Wednesday, Thursdays was sort of the lows on him. Up as high as by Saturday, 352, 408. And again, a really significant drop in him this week before, again, slightly bouncing back today. But I still think there's a buy point on some of these cards. The thing about this is, you've got knowledge of what these cards did last week. The Premier League TOTS, however, we don't have quite the same knowledge of at the moment. It's not quite the same because you haven't got the sort of same buy points and sell points because we don't really know where the cards are at. I'm not PvP's to my players. Where the cards have been at all week. So we don't really know where they've been all week. We just know roughly what the price is. But if we look at someone like Ruben Diaz, for example, not Rashford. I don't even want to look at Marcus Rashford right now. Look at Ruben Diaz. By the way, brilliant centre back. If we look at him for this week, again, up at 423. Again, we've seen a similar pattern in him this week. He's got low, 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 385. Now, the question mark's going to be, do we get the Premier League TOTS SBC? Now, that apparently has been taken out of the code, but I'm pretty sure we're still going to get it. He's up at 385 at the moment. If we get the Premier League TOTS SBC tonight, these cards are going to get absolutely hammered down in price, and it's a really good place to buy them. If we get it tomorrow, they're going to get hammered again Thursday evening, so you have to be careful. If you buy them during Div Rival Wars tomorrow, ideally you want to flip them on quite quickly because they're going to get hammered by the TOTS SBC coming out. But you're still relatively safe either way because these are going to get packed like mad tomorrow. Absolutely mad. And there's going to be a drop on them without a doubt. So you've got a rough idea of what he was at sort of last weekend. 432 was the high on him. Got as low as 344, nearly 100k dip in him from where he was at. And so you've got an idea roughly of what he was valued at last week to what he can be valued at this week. It's going to be similar along the lines of most of these cards. De Bruyne, I know he's had lower than this week. 1.1 is actually up for him. Yes, if you look, yesterday was 996, being at 1.1 now. And the reason why I think some of this is because the talk is the fact that the Premier League SBC has been taken out of the code. People are buying up, I think, because they're assuming it's not coming. And my guess is that it gets added later by EA. That's what I think will happen. I think they want to drive the price of these TOTS up ever so slightly, and that's why they've done what they've done. However, it's important to note that there were sort of climbs last week in cards like Nkunku, and they've dropped off quite heavily. I'd be careful with some of these cards. Nkunku, for example, being down at 130 from a high last week of 158. Yes, that's low for him, but I would just be a little bit careful. If you're going to buy these cards, in my opinion, the buy point on some of these cards like Nkunku is tonight. Buy them tonight and sell them into tomorrow's weekend league if people want to link them up. Odsonne Edouard, again, 45k at the moment. He got high as 56 last week before dropping as low as 45 this week. I just picked one up for 40k on my Road to Glory. Again, I wouldn't be buying these at 45. I'd be trying to get them at 40, 41, 42. You'll do well on that. You can't really make a loss if you're buying them underneath what they're currently selling for. I would just be careful because the 88 rateds, the 89 rateds, a lot of them have been packed. They get packed quite heavily, and that can affect how much they bounce back in price. You'll make profit at 40, 41 without a doubt into weekend league. But you have to be careful. Those that are being packed quite a lot, the lower rated guys, there's a risk there that you go, okay, cool, I'm going to buy these guys and whatnot, and they get absolutely hammered. Not Edouard, I'm talking specifically here about the likes of Luke Shaw, Fofana from the Premier League SBC, Premier League TOTS, sorry. Alfonso Areola, again, another one. He got hurt a little bit by Edison this week, as low as 58, was up at 71. He's come down steadily since then, before bouncing back a little bit. I'd be careful of him. The reason I'd be careful of him is because Edison exists, and Edison's going to get packed a lot. Edison's price will come down, that'll probably push Areola's down too. So I'd be a little bit careful of Areola for certain. I wouldn't be too keen to buy too many of him. Again, if you're going to buy him, in my opinion, you're flipping him now, buying him tonight now, and flipping him overnight and getting him sold overnight. I wouldn't be holding him for much longer than I needed to. But that's how I think you need to be looking at the TOTS tonight. Now, just because cards came down in value, and they come down in value, does not mean they're not good buys. You've got to be kept mindful. You've got to be patient with these cards. Last week, the high point on all those cards was Saturday. So if you panic sell them, if you buy them on the Thursday, right, and you decide, right, buy point here on Div Rivals, I'm going to buy them. They then come down because we get the guaranteed TOTS pack tomorrow evening, and you then sell. That's on you because they will bounce back. There's no such thing as market panic. It doesn't exist. Well, no, that's wrong. Market crashes don't exist. Market panic does. Panic subsides. So once everyone sells their cards, then everyone starts buying again, your cards will come up in value. So if you're going to buy these cards, in my opinion, the community TOTS, I'd be looking at buying them tonight and flipping them overnight for weekend league buy-in. The Premier League TOTS, I'd look at buying them during Division Rival Awards and during any guarantee pack we get. So if we get that tonight or tomorrow, you can buy them because the panic sale will happen. You can then list them up. If we get the Premier League TOTS SBC tonight, if we do get that, buy them, flip them overnight. Do not hold them longer than that because Div Rivals is going to bring them down again. And that's going to be a more secure thing for you to do because if we get it tonight and you buy them during Rival Awards tomorrow, you know there's not really going to be anywhere that's going to hurt them in terms of a guaranteed SBC. But if you don't get it tonight, there's 2 buy points on them tonight into tomorrow, and tonight then the not tonight tomorrow, yeah, tonight to tomorrow, and then the buy point when we get the Premier League TOTS guaranteed SBC on the evening of Thursday. But just be careful. It's not in the code. There's a chance we don't get it. And that's why some of these cards have spiked in price today, I think, because people are buying them up because there's less panic now. But I think people think we're not getting an SBC, and I'm pretty sure we will get them. But there are your plays, in my opinion. Low budget, like I've said 1,000,001 times. UCLs, silvers, they're extremely powerful. You've seen that on the Road to Glory. Links to the videos down below and how you buy those cards. So check out those videos, whatever you do. At a mid to high budget, the TOTS cards themselves will do very well. And link investments to a degree will do quite well in for the next TOTS SBC. Next TOTS. So let's say, for example, the next TOTS we get is going to be the Bundesliga. You've seen how Wan-Bissaka has spiked. Someone like Mukiele might do a very similar thing if we get Bundesliga TOTS next. Whatever the TOTS is from the community team, you can buy into those cards. But that's the end of the video. If you are new around here, as always, make sure you subscribe down below. Make sure you turn your notifications so you never miss an upload. But for now, I am out. Peace out. I'll speak to you soon.